So, in the spirit of this comment, I decided to take the last 30 minutes to research the previous four World Cups to see what were the travel and tourism issues that each one faced. Now, for the 2010 South Africa World Cup, there were concerns that the country did not have the proper transportation infrastructure to accommodate all of the fans coming in. And at least in the years following the 2010 World Cup, it did look like these infrastructure projects were completed and have been to the benefit of the South African people. In 2014, the issue was the lack of hotel rooms and expensive domestic flights between the host cities. According to the Brazilian government, they were very successful in attracting the tourists to come for the World Cup and beyond. But according to the Brazilian Airline Association, the 2014 World Cup had the effect of chilling domestic travelers from, flying in between Brazil because of those high airline prices. Now, for the 2018 World Cup in Russia, it didn't seem like the travel infrastructure was that much of a big deal. More concerning was the racism and the homophobia that some fans would face in Russia during that tournament. Now, if you did go to the 2018 World Cup and you did face travel issues, please share them in the comments. As well for 2010 and 2014. For Qatar, we knew that we had the issue of the hotel rooms, but overall, the transportation system worked well. And the neighboring countries served as a home base for fans to be able to fly in and out to Doha. So it's not quite the same story. So what to make of this? I think it's interesting that in America, at least, we have this idea that we're the best country in the world, and yet we're comparing our World Cup preparations when it comes to infrastructure with these four previous countries, whether with South Africa, with Brazil, with Russia, and Qatar, which at least in the public discourse, you would assume that we're saying that we're better than these four countries. And yet, it seems like we're not, right? Remember, we've never hosted a 2018 World Cup. For those of you that would say, we've had the World Cup before. Yeah, it was back in 1994 with 24 teams. We've never hosted 48 teams, okay? Two more things. One, again, this is the U.S. Travel Association and other organizations raising the red flags from various points of view, right? The visas, the lack of hotel rooms, the quality of the roads, quality of the airports. It's various organizations raising the flag of, hey, yo, we're not ready. And remember, look at the examples I just provided. These countries poured money, perhaps at the last minute, yes, but they poured that money to improve some of these infrastructure that was needed for the World Cups. Is this government going to do that? Very doubtful. The last point. These organizations have no vested interest in lying because any investment is going to help benefit the country overall. It's not necessarily in terms of corruption. So those are my 2 cents on this research that I did.